My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Uncharted. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But if you know me, you know that I love the Uncharted games. The first game is just a fantastic start to the franchise. The second game is better in every single way. The third game has kinda of a shitty story, but the gameplay is phenomenal. And the fourth game is a masterpiece. Like, it is one of my favorite stories ever. I love it. So, hearing Tom Holland is Nathan Drake and hearing that Mark Wahlberg plays Sully, I went into this movie with very low expectations and I didn't like it. I didn't hate it, but I was still disappointed as a fan of the Uncharted games. But plenty of time has passed, and I just rewatched this movie for the first time. And I think it's good now. Yeah, I'm sorry to say, but I actually kinda like this movie. So I'm going to review it very differently here, where I talk about it as an adaptation of the Uncharted games, and then I'm going to review it as a movie. So, as an adaptation of Uncharted, this movie sucks. Like, Tom Holland as Nathan Drake is such a baffling decision. Like, they should have gotten Adam Brody or Bradley Cooper or Nathan Fillion, I guess. But Tom Holland, he just doesn't look or feel like this character. And then we get Mark Wahlberg as Sully. What are you thinking? They're nothing alike. Sophia Ali as Chloe Fraser though was perfectly cast. Like, she captures that same kind of character so incredibly well. And one thing I love about the games is that the treasures have a story to them. Like El Dorado in the first game. Like the Sintamati Stone in the second game. Like the Atlantis of the Sands in the third game. Like Henry Avery's treasure in the fourth game. There's a story to what they're looking for. And here, the treasure just feels so incredibly generic. And I don't like the fact that there's no supernatural angle here. Like, Uncharted is a supernatural franchise. It's a key point in every game, and when you're introducing us to this franchise again, and there's no supernatural aspect, it just feels like you're forgetting something essential. It works in the fourth game because at that point, the grounded adventure feels appropriate and it feels fresh. But it's not what this franchise is. I also don't like the fact that they brought in Samuel Drake for this movie. I feel like that should have been a surprise later on. And I don't like the fact that it wasn't entirely new. Like, we get the plane scene from Uncharted 3, which is a fun scene, but why take one scene from that game? Like, are you just going to take certain moments from each game for each Uncharted movie? I don't like that idea. And then the auction scene in Uncharted 4, which is tense and thrilling, and Nathan Drake is climbing buildings, and here it just feels so reduced and you don't get the highs of that moment. The pirate ships in Uncharted 4, like, that visual is pulled straight from the game. So I don't like that either. And I wish they brought the music from the games over to this movie. So I do not think this is a good adaptation of Uncharted. But is it a good movie? Yeah, I think so. I think it's fun. So let's begin by talking about the cast again. And Tom Holland in this movie as this version of Nathan Drake is actually kind of great. He's very charismatic, and I thought he carried this movie incredibly well. Mark Wahlberg, I thought was actually pretty entertaining, and I do like their dynamic throughout. Sophie Ali, I think, does a really great job, and I liked her dynamic with Nathan Drake. Antonio Banderas is a generic villain, and Tati Gabrielle is a generic villain as well. So the villains do suck in this movie, absolutely. The music by Ramin Djawadi sucks as well. There is some shitty CGI, and I do wish the direction by Ruben Fletcher was stronger. But, like I said, this is a very entertaining movie. This is the type of movie I could watch in any mood, and maybe I won't love it, but I'll never be bored either. It is still quite engaging, and it's just a good old-fashioned fun adventure movie. I mean, we've got underground tunnels, we've got secret keys, we've got artifacts they're trying to collect, we've got hidden doors and passageways. There's that entire element of, can you trust this person? Who can you trust? And it just feels like the type of movie we don't get anymore. I also do think the over-the-top action scenes are actually pretty fun. Like when the two helicopters are carrying the two pirate ships. I must admit, I was into it. I had a fun time watching it. And the plane scene obviously isn't as good as the plane scene in the video game, but on its own, it's fun. I like it. In fact, it gave me what I wanted from Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, because one of my biggest issues with that movie is that the opening is cut short. Like, he jumps out of the plane and that's it. And here we see Nathan Drake trying to grab onto something that has a parachute. And there's some nice funny moments. And I don't know, I just think it's a consistently good movie. It's not a home run, it's not amazing, but is it my favorite video game movie adaptation? Yes. By the way, I said movie, not TV show, movie. So, as an Uncharted fan, I'm disappointed. I think this franchise had so much potential, but as its own thing entirely, I do like it. I do have fun. I think the cast does enough. I think there's enough action and adventure and comedy and even a tad bit of romance. And you know what? If we do end up getting a sequel to this movie, I'd be there day one. So I'm giving Uncharted a 7 out of 10. I wasn't expecting to change my mind, but here I am. But Uncharted, have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin,